Welcome to the Inside Texas Football YouTube channel, powered by InsideTexas.com. I'm Joe Cook. That's Justin Wells. It's almost 10 p.m. Central. The draft's still going on. And hey, maybe another Longhorn gets picked, but that's why we're here. You'll get some live reaction. We got some live reaction.
It'll be a funny reaction if one does.
Yeah.
You can see both of us freak kind of out.
Oh man, but we're getting all those prep for tomorrow. We have a few more prep though. But welcome to the Inside Texas Football YouTube channel. We're here to talk about Kelvin Banks going number 9 overall to the New Orleans Saints. We're here to talk about Jahdae Barron going number 20 overall to the Denver Broncos. And we're talking about Matthew Golden going number 23 overall to the Green Bay Packers. Awesome night for the Longhorns. Yes. Great for those 3 players. We've grown to know and really enjoy. Great for those franchises getting some great talents. Looking forward to talking about them a little bit more. Make sure you do like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'd be remiss. Hey, this promo is not going to stick around for a while. 4 months for just $1. Come check us out. And I got to say, hey, if you're watching, if you're in Austin, if you're around tomorrow, come party with us at the Dish. We'll be in the center field berm by the Texas Tennis Center. We have an Inside Texas tailgate giveaway presented by Academy. All this stuff is loaded up in my car. We will be bringing it to the tailgate tomorrow. Blackstone griddle, Yeti cooler, flag canopy, 2 UT folding chairs, and 20-ounce tumblers. We're having a great tailgate tomorrow ahead of the Texas A&M versus Texas game 1 of the series. So make your way to the Dish. Come check us out. We'll be there just behind the center field fence. No purchase necessary. 1 entry per person. Must be 18, and you must be present. Justin, let's get this going. If you got any questions, if you want us to talk about anything else going on, let us know. But we got to talk about the Longhorns in the draft. Kelvin Banks, New Orleans Saints, number 9, was not tackle 1, which we knew that the prospect jury that might have been the case, that Campbell was going to go early. But the Saints have a lot of needs. They're probably in need of a quarterback at some point with what's going on with Derek Carr. Heck, they may have needed Jahdae Barron, but they go offensive line. They draft Kelvin Banks, and this is the first Texas offensive lineman taken in the first round since 2002.
In a place that prides itself on big players, big offensive, defensive linemen, that's something Texas has always been known for 100-something years. It's just odd that it took 20-something years for another offensive lineman to go in the first round. They had some close ones, Connor Williams, Samuel Cosme, a couple others. But, hey, listen, top 10 is first round would have been great, but top 10, that just justifies everything Sark and Kyle Flood have put together in the last 3 or 4 years. And, I had him pigeon-toed to the Bears because we knew how much the Bears needed someone to block that blind side. But the Saints decided to jump in, and they I can also confirm that Kelvin has actually texted Eric McCoy, the starting center for the New Orleans Saints. He's a former Texas A&M Aggie and Lufkin Panther. They've actually exchanged text messages already. I love this, but they do need a quarterback. One of my good buddies, Big Game Bingle on Twitter and YouTube, he had a great tweet. He said, this is exactly what New Orleans is trying to do. And they're going to go ahead and probably, fold for the next couple seasons and tank for Arch Manning. They're just going to make it a big Austin festival down there in NOLA. And so I know it's funny. I'll take it. It's another 2 years away. But Kelvin Banks, it's just so cool to see him go in the top 10. It's so cool because of who he is, and not just the football player, but the person, his family, their story, how he got to where he is. And I think his little boy got a little sick during that that live shot that they did. Bless that little man's heart. But I doubt that. I bet he still jumped back up and was ready for the next snap.
Hey, isn't throwing up part of the experience in New Orleans?
Boom.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
I know.
It is. It probably is.
Man, I'm super excited.
Miss Monica, he does not mean that.
I know. But like you mentioned, from everything that he's gone through, his family's gone through, off the field. His mom hit her health problems at game day. Went over the course of the season that Saban mentioned on the broadcast tonight, and to see that, On3 ranked him as a number 6 overall prospect in the 2022 class, and he goes number 9 to the Saints. I mean, I think that was one that they nailed. And we saw OT1 for the longest time watching him, right when he went against Will Anderson and Dallas Turner and Felix Uzoma Udoka and Will McDonald. Like, we knew that this guy was going to be special, and he finally, in front of everybody, gets to show the NFL he's worth this type of selection. Definitely going to keep on going. We're going to knock out our ad break really quickly. And to do that, got to throw it to LC for Luxe Kitchen and Bath.
This video is brought to you by Luxe Kitchen and Bath. Luxe has been offering high-end kitchen and bathroom remodels for 3 generations throughout the greater Austin area. With 5-star review after 5-star review on Google and Facebook, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can put your faith in Luxe Kitchen and Bath's award-winning designers and skilled craftspeople to bring to life that dream vision of your special home. But that's not all. Luxe's all-star team provides full remodels, large additions, and even commercial build-outs as well. So call Luxe Kitchen and Bath at 833-358-LUXE today. Or visit luxekitchenbath.com to discover where quality meets luxury and begin the process of transforming your home. Get a free quote today by calling 833-358-LUXE. That's L-U-X-E. Or by visiting luxekitchenbath.com. Link in the description.
I saw somebody on Twitter made a great point. Jahdae Barron versus Xavier Worthy twice a year in the AFC West. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Longhorns.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody had already expected Travis Hunter to go early in the draft. He did. The
Best player in the draft. Sorry.
Jacksonville traded up for him, and then we were waiting, and I think it started to fizzle out a little bit. I saw via Schefter there's some injury concerns with Will Johnson from Michigan. And so the next team that needed a corner, Justin, they turned to Jahdae Barron, and that was Denver at number 20.
Yeah, and like we said, the Denver Longhorns, there's something about Austin that really resonates in the Mile High City. They love those Longhorns there. Brandon Jones is there. I believe little Jordan Humphrey's still there. Sam Ehlinger is now a member of the Broncos. I want to say Caden Stearns might still be there. I know he was there last year. I think they have – no. It's PJ Locke that's still there because they have 3 DBs from DBU. And I put that in my headline for that Barron story that you selection story you wrote. And it essentially – I think Jahdae Barron rejuvenated DBU. I think he brought the swagger back to that moniker and that position. And I think the timing is perfect with Dwayne Akina back in Austin as well. Look, this was a guy that we knew was going to go in the first round, especially after the combine. We didn't know for sure, but after the combine, it was a no-brainer. And it was one of those things where you look for a best fit. And when, DBs start to come off the board, Barron was, I believe, the second one. Second one off the board. And it just goes to show you a lot of times these drafts are predicated on when a run of a position goes. That's just the way it kind of operates, even in the first round. And so, Barron is in need. Denver, that you talk about teams with, the Saints need everything. Denver kind of needs a few of everything. But Barron is a guy that, I'll just say this, you know how awesome he's going to look in that old Orange Crush in blue uniform? Like, that's the good stuff. Like I'm gonna have to make sure I get a football card of that because that's gonna be good. And I just think Barron's a fit up there just because they need him and he can do a little of everything.
Yeah, you know who he's playing with in that defensive backfield who's not a Longhorn, which is gonna make for a salty secondary. Surtain the second, man. That's gonna be one of the better corner tandems, and you need
good call.
You need to have one when you're facing Pat Mahomes in that offense, when you're facing who else is in that division? Justin Herbert.
Chargers, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and who's the other team in that division?
Geno Smith.
That's right. Yeah. So
they added Ashton Genty, and so Now I'm telling you, like that wasn't a bad pick. The Raiders might be onto something.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun to watch the AFC West. It always is with Patrick Mahomes there, but he's going to have some challenges with some defensive backs like.
And the Horns have had some success against Patrick Mahomes throughout his life in high school, in college, and even in the pros. So I like this pick a little bit more.
Should be a lot of fun. Last but certainly not least, I don't even know what pick we're at right now. But
there's been some trades.
Yeah. Well, hey, we don't really have to get a Texans reaction because they traded out of the first round. That's what turned
again. I really thought they were going to jump when they did. I think when Donovan Jackson went to the Vikings, they were like, okay, that's the guy. We'll just trade back and add picks. Reset for tomorrow.
That's fine with me. Matthew Golden, though, the only guy from the Longhorns who went to Green Bay for the draft. Pretty cool to see him not only get picked and have his moment, but get picked and have his moment in front of the hometown crowd. The new hometown crowd. That was really cool.
It was, and it was almost like the Packers were building it up. Like they haven't selected a receiver since 2002. And you had Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. Like, if that's not mismanagement, I don't know what is. But, hey, the Green Bay Packers put together a great product year after year. They have a great front office. They great head coach in Matt LaFleur, who is going to absolutely love this guy, probably as much as Jordan is going to love him. He went green and gold, and I just think it's cool because we always talk about fits, where we think a guy would fit. And, I had Golden, I had the Cowboys kind of looking at Golden in that 12 range because I'd heard, that's a guy that they kept putting out. Of course, they went guard with the 12th pick, so everyone could laugh at them because that's just what the Cowboys do. That pushed Golden back. We started thinking, okay, where's a good spot here? Maybe Pittsburgh, maybe Houston. And then you think about it, Green Bay, he'll walk in as a wide receiver 2 immediately. To me, that's huge. One, because he's not going to be forced to be the number one guy. I don't know if Golden would be ready for that mantle just yet. I don't think he would. Maybe in a couple of years, let's see. But I like that he doesn't have to be, a first-round pick guy. You want immediate impact. Well, he's going to be a wide receiver 2 there, and I think that's actually going to be a better fit. Man, the Cowboys could have done really well there. But Green Bay did, and that's why Green Bay shows why they're so well ran, and that crowd exploded. Yeah. When it was Matthew Golden, they exploded. That was the third Longhorn, first time they've done that since 1980. There's some burnt orange up in Green Bay tonight, and it's pretty cool. Matthew Golden goes to Green Bay, goes from Houston kid to the smallest city in the NFL, which I believe the entire city is at the draft right now, plus about 40,000 more. It's crazy. It's crazy there right now, but – dude, Golden, it seems like a really good fit. Like Barron feels like a great fit with Denver. Golden, great fit again. Because look what Green Bay is going against. This is what you're going to bring up. The NFC North dudes. Because you got some guys in that league that want to throw the ball. They want to be able to get it out. Detroit has been ridiculous with the last 2 years. Obviously, Chicago with Caleb Williams. And then you've got the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy. And so I just feel like Golden is a great fit in Green Bay. And I think the long wait was probably worth it for those guys.
Yeah, I was watching the version that had the College Game Day version of the broadcast with
the ABC one.
Street. Yeah,
same. I'm watching the same one.
Saban had nothing but great things to say about Matthew Golden, and I think it's one of those things where I think I've talked about this before. We're still in that era where Saban recruited, scouted.
And it's been some of the best context of the first night of the draft.
And you have to know that Nick Saban was probably scouting Matthew Golden when he was still the head coach at Alabama, just like he was scouting Trey Moore for that little bit of time and recruiting him. I'm sure he saw all this stuff, and then he did it again in the prep. And you see just him be just glowing about what Matthew Golden brings. I think
he wasn't like that with all these guys tonight, Joe. He's been selective.
He was Shamar Stewart did not get glowing praise from that crew, which was interesting to hear. But like it's one of those things where you just hear him talk about all the great things Golden has, and just on and on and on. And that 4.29, man, that helped a ton to get Golden to the point where he is.
I'll tell you what else helped him was that tape. One great year can change your life. Look, he was going to the NFL playing at Houston anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going in the first round. And that's what Chris Jackson, that's what Steve Sarkisian, and that's what Texas offers to these receivers these days.
One quick question from C. Gaddis. 0% chance Texas gets 4. What do they
Who
have?
would be the one? Let's you give me yours and I'll give you mine. Who would be the one, the number 4 guy? Who would be that 4th one tonight if it happened? I have an idea.
I mean, it'd be somebody, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but like overdrafting Alfred Collins.
You think Alfred Collins? I would think overdrafting Cam Williams. It would both be overdrafts. And Cam's probably a third-day guy. I was talking to somebody about him the other day. He's got some developing to go on, but the size, you just can't mimic the size. Right. And his athleticism. I'm like, look, I've seen this guy dunk at 400 pounds. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, you're right. I think Alfred Collins, I'll go with that one. I was also thinking Andrew Makuba, but safety's just like offensive guards. You don't go in the first round for one of those guys when you can get them in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and they can start and play in the league for years. And so such a shame Dallas couldn't get a player from Texas. Well, they still have DeMarvion Overshown, and he's like 3 players in one. Mm-hmm. So, but you know what? We don't need the Cowboys to ruin these Longhorns. We want them to have good, successful careers. You go to Dallas, your chances drop.
Do you want to go in on Tyler Booker real quick? You got the floor.
Just why at 12 when you can get him at 20? They've been savvy with their offensive line building. Tyler Guyton was a reach last year, and he's not probably going to be very good at left tackle. The big skinny kid from Oklahoma that couldn't bench press the bar. Connor Beebe is a dude. Tyler Smith is a dude. They have got some great young talent there on the offensive line. So I don't mind Tyler Booker. Trade back. Get some more picks because you need everybody. Everybody. There's not a position on the field the Cowboys don't need. That's my only thing. I'm a fan of Tyler Booker. Watch him play 8 to 10 years and be great. I'm cool with that. At 20, at 21, at 22, not at 12. But this is Dallas. They don't understand the market. They don't understand negotiation. They're not football knowledgeable. It's just a gigantic piggy bank, and they're picking the shiniest ones they can find. I'll be honest with you. I'm just thankful they didn't draft Shadur Sanders because that's the stupidity that Jerry Jones is known for when he tried to draft Johnny Manziel and they essentially cut him off. I'm thankful they didn't go too far off the ledge. Tyler Booker's going to wind up being – Marcus Mosher, who does a lot of NFL draft stuff on Twitter, said it best. Tyler Booker's going to could wind up being a great pick, but it looks bad because you don't do that at 12 unless it's, like you said, Quentin Nelson or a Zach Martin. You're replacing Zach Martin. Great. Trade back. Add some more picks, but you know what? I digress.
Think that will do it. We'll see if the Texans trade back in. I don't think they will, but hey, getting more guys, they're going to have to hit O-line as well. So, all right, good little draft recap. We'll be back sometime later this weekend, but you and I will be back tomorrow talking about recruiting. We'll have Inside the Program.
Hey, guess who the Ravens drafted?
I saw Malachi Starks.
Is that not a Raven? Do they not have the most Raven-type drafts every year?
They're good at what they do.
They are really good at it, Joe. I can't wait so we can do this again.
I know. It should be a lot of fun. Again, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, while you still can, head to InsideTexas.com. Get 4 months for just $1. And if you are in Austin tomorrow, head to Center Field. We have a tailgate giveaway presented by our friends at Academy. You can get a Blackstone Omnivore griddle, a Yeti hard cooler, Texas flag canopy, 2 UT folding chairs, and 2 Yeti 20-ounce tumblers. Again, it's all in my car, so I got to get it there tomorrow. Once I'm there, come find us, enter the raffle. No purchase necessary, must be present, must be 18. We're looking forward to seeing everybody there tomorrow. Justin, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you next time on the Inside Texas Football YouTube channel powered by InsideTexas.com.